What is going on tonight, guys? So it's been a little while. I've been getting to some projects, but I have came across something that I am very annoyed with. So I'm going to make a video about it. And that happens to be... These are valve stem springs for Ford, small block Ford. These happen to be E7TE heads. From all of my research, this video will also apply to probably your garden variety E6, E5, and GT40 heads. Not sure about GT40P, probably, but I can't guarantee it. So, what am I making this video about? What am I confused about? Well, there is in front of me multiple different styles of valve stem springs. So this one right here is the stock OEM's valve stems. I keep saying spring valve stem seal. Okay, here is an Engine Tech. Right there is the box. Right there is the part number. Umbrella style seal. This one happens to be a Molly. I believe either a Molly or Felpro. I want to say these are the Molly ones. This is like a double band seal, so this band actually popped off, but don't worry, I do have a set of the Ford Performance ones that we are going to end up going with. This one is a Viton seal from SBI. I want to say it was the smaller pack, was these. Yep, so your SBI Viton seal. And then this is called a shredder style, also from SBI, and here is your part number. Okay, so why am I confused? Let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into why I'm confused. To begin with, and I'll just go ahead and grab the stock ones, they have different diameters. Okay, so not really that surprising. They made, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 different heads, all on these Foxby Mustangs. But really, any Ford 302 had different heads, and with different heads that at different times they had different valve stem guides. So let's take a look at what a valve stem guide looks like. Okay, so this is a valve stem guide right here. So this would have been what this came off of, and I'm just gonna go ahead and push this back on so you can see. Okay, so right there would have been, you know, if you take off one of these springs, that's what you would have. I've been working on this before already, so I just figured I'd just pop this one back on. So this is what they look like in the stock format, or, you know, more than likely what it is in the stock format. One thing I want to point out, okay, you're not going to be able to really see it, but there is a gap where this does not go all the way to the flush part of the head. This is going to be different than, say, like an LS motor, and maybe right here I'll roll a clip, where the LS motor actually, the valve stem seal goes all the way to the base of the valve spring, okay, and the valve spring contacts that and then actually seats it with the valve spring. So more than, so that's what a different point is between the 302 and an LS, even though a lot of people say that a lot of it's derived, and I can definitely see where they get to that point. So here's where I started to get really confused, because you go on any of your popular sites, such as like a Rock Auto, they're going to have a couple of different types, but none of them are going to be specific at all. And it gets really confusing as a customer when you try to order it. I've got plenty of years of parts ordering experience, and I still got confused. So a couple of ways that you can avoid that going forward. It looks like, and let me solve some confusion right here. So these three, so again, this is your stock one, this is the Engine Tech one, this is the Molly or the Ford Performance type. These are all referred to as umbrella style valve stem seals. Okay, specifically this one is going to be a double band, as there's a metal band up at the top here and it wells at the bottom, and then what these do is they just press on, the band expands, and it totally seals it. If you look on the inside of these, and sorry, I'm gonna look right there. Yep. So you can kind of see how there's a couple of ridges. Basically, these just press on something like this right here. Maybe I can get this one to seat real quickly. But yeah, actually this one's not even gonna really play ball with me in that regard. But you put a little bit of lubricant on, slides on, very similar to this one right here. One thing I'm not gonna be able to tell you guys is why the heck these ones do not seat all the way on here. I am not sure, and that is probably one of the most confusing things to me is basically it seats and then there's a gap. I can't give you an answer to that, and honestly, I think it's extremely weird design for all these companies to not go through. I don't know if maybe somebody has an understanding of why the base doesn't contact the base there. Just for anything, not for anything else, but just for a positive confirmation that you have fully pressed on this seal onto the guide. Maybe, I don't know. Leave a comment below. Let me know if I'm crazy or what's going on with it. So, regardless, to avoid the confusion that I had, here's what I would recommend that you need to do. Okay, grab yourself a pair of micrometers. Okay. You want to measure your guides. Okay, so this one, for example, if I mic it out, we've got that one done. We have 0.55. Okay, that's what I'm seeing right here. You can take a couple of measurements, and then 0.555. Let's see on this one right here. This one is 562, but it could be a rounding error. As well as take a look at your valve stem guides themselves, or I'm sorry, your valve stems. This one is 0.354. Okay, knowing now that I've been dealing with a lot of this stuff, for example, these Viton seals I ordered for the larger of the two. So this one ended up being, and I ordered these for a 0.53, which is what they ended up working out to be. These ones work for 0.50 and larger, and as you can see, goes right off. To be honest, I have no idea what the hell these are for. If I'm being entirely honest, I assume you take the stock one, these shredder designs go on top of this. Maybe it allows some additional sealing. I've not been able to understand that, so if you know how these are used, let me know. But what we're going to do real quick now is I'm just going to show you how these kind of sit cattywampus. And like I said, these don't sit fully seated. There is still a gap on there. If you wanted some sort of measurement, probably like it's more than a fingernail. Probably it's going to be like a 1/10. That's what I would assume. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these Ford Performance valve stem seals. They are colored, so you'll have black and you'll have blue. Okay, it's kind of important for you to get those right. It's different materials which is used, and as you can see, these have those two bands that I was talking about. So ends up going blue, black, blue, black, blue, black, blue, black. If you want to take a look at what that correlates to, this is going to be the intake valve. This is going to be the exhaust valve. It looks like that we've got blue on the exhaust, blue on the intake, black on the exhaust. Let's take one of these bad boys. These are the Ford Performance ones. They at one point were stamped Ford. They just have a nice like smooth base on there that they slide onto. And again, since the band is on here, since this one's a great representation of this. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Come on. Let's see. Okay, so right here you can see that there's two bands. You got the big band and the small band. The small band really is designed to go around the valve stem itself. The big band is designed to go around the guide. So what I've been doing is I've just been taking a little bit of brake clean, squirting that off, taking a little bit of WD-40, just a touch. We just don't want anything to bind since these are like a Palmer style. And quite literally, I have just been squeezing it on just like that right there. Okay, rotate a little bit. Then I'm going to take the valve spring itself, push it through, and there we go. So these heads themselves, I wasn't entirely sure if the valve seals were going to be good, and since we've got to still put them on the car, figured I would get them all done, make it nice and easy on myself, and yeah. So the exhaust fit on the exact same way, but there's like a much larger gap comparatively now. So it's, you know, I got confused because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't look good. But apparently that is the style that these go on with. So there's two of them. put on for you. Let's see if this one's, and again, they squeeze on there and they feel so weird, but then you put this through and it works. So you can feel resistance, which I believe is correct because it'll wear it down just enough, but and you'll have oil. But yeah, that's the confusing part about valve spring seals on 302 heads. Well, that's it. Short video today. Hopefully that helps you out. Like I said, pull off those springs, measure your guides. You can get close. You ideally want to be a little bit bigger than what you order, or I should say, whatever you use. And these Ford Performance ones are going to be the one I went with. I got those on Amazon. All of the other ones, the Engine Tech, the SBIs, I ordered on Rock Auto, and prior to those, I had actually ordered Molly and Felpro. The Molly and the Felpro ones were correct. The unfortunate thing, and let me see if I've got one of these still. Oh no, I do. Oh yeah, I think I do. The unfortunate thing is one of these double band ones, since I thought it had to sit all the way down, I blew the center out of it. So you can do that. Try to avoid it. Take your time. Clean it up, use some lube, and you should be good to go. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully this helps you out, and see you in the next one.